As an American woman, I thought I had seen every kind of shopping mall on earth. I've survived Black Friday in Los Angeles. I've walked through the mega malls in Dubai. I've even explored Times Square, which is basically a giant outdoor mall pretending it's cultural. So when my Filipino friend told me, you should visit SM, it's big, I thought she meant big. She did not mean big. She meant, welcome to the city's state of SM population. You, the lost foreigner who will never escape. The moment I stepped inside, I felt like I had accidentally entered a parallel universe. The doors opened and cold air blasted my face like God himself turned on a giant air conditioner just for drama. I swear the temperature dropped from tropical heat to frozen chicken section instantly. In America, you walk into a mall to escape boredom. In the Philippines, you walk into a mall to escape the climate. I literally saw 3 people hugging the aircon vents like long-lost lovers. As I walked deeper inside, I felt something strange. The mall was not ending. I walked past the usual stores. Clothing, shoes, a perfume section that smelled like 47 different kinds of flowers punched me in the face. But then I turned a corner and bam, a full church, not a small chapel. A full-blown, legit church inside the mall. I stopped and said out loud, wait, hold on. Are people worshiping between shopping deals? Yes, they were. There were people praying on one side and people buying milk tea on the other. A priest was blessing someone while a group of teenagers took selfies 5 meters away. Only in the Philippines can you buy a pair of jeans, get a confession, and order a halo all within the same 5-minute walk. I stood there confused, like, should I remove my hat? Should I buy a rosary? Should I repent for buying too much lip gloss? I moved on, thinking that was the weirdest thing I would see. Oh, sweet innocent me. Because the next thing I found was an ice rink. An actual, real indoor ice rink. I saw a bunch of Filipino kids gracefully skating around like Disney characters, while I stood there holding my iced coffee, thinking, is this still Asia? Did I teleport to Canada? Did I get hypothermia already? I didn't even know Filipinos skated. I didn't even know Filipinos had ice. But apparently they practice in the mall like it's normal. I kept walking and somehow ended up at a dentist in a mall, not hidden, not tucked away, but right in between a clothing store and a Korean BBQ restaurant. I swear the dentist chair was facing the window. A poor man was getting his teeth cleaned as families passed by eating corn dogs. I could see the dentist holding tools while a little kid outside waved at him. And the dentist waved back mid-surgery. That was when I realized something important. The mall wasn't a mall. It was a fully functional civilization, a self-sustaining ecosystem. If the apocalypse happened right then and there, Filipinos inside could survive for years. I switched floors and saw a police station, not security, not a booth, a whole police station. I paused and whispered to myself, am I in trouble? Did I jaywalk inside the mall? Because the police looked serious. They had desks, computers. A guy in uniform was writing something while another officer drank milk tea. Someone was filing a report while their kid ate Jollibee spaghetti next to them. I almost asked them for directions until I remembered. I don't even know where I want to go. At this point, I had only seen 1% of the mall. I walked further and found a grocery store. Not a small one. A gigantic hypermarket. People were pushing full carts like they were preparing for a typhoon. There were moms comparing prices, dads pretending to look busy, kids begging for snacks, and getting rejected. It felt like Filipino Costco, but with better lighting and more seafood. I grabbed a basket because somehow when a Filipino grocery store calls you, you shop even if you don't need anything. I went to buy water. I came out with sardines, instant noodles, 2 types of vinegar, 3 mangoes, a bag of chips I've never seen in America, and a weirdly cheap broom. I don't know what happened inside. It was like being hypnotized by Filipino prices. And then the roller coaster. Yes, a roller coaster. I thought it was a children's ride. No, it was a full metal track running through the top floor of the mall. I heard screaming and assumed someone saw their ex. But no people were actually riding a roller coaster inside a building. inside a mall, inside a country that wasn't even remotely known for theme parks. At this point, I wasn't even surprised anymore. I just accepted my fate. I said to myself, okay, this is fine. This is normal. I am an SM. The only place where you can do taxes, get a massage, buy a refrigerator, adopt a pet rabbit, and ride a roller coaster in the same hour. But I wasn't done because eventually I got lost. Not just a little lost. I got so lost I considered calling the embassy. I couldn't find the exit. Every hallway led to another hallway that led to another department store that led to another food court. I walked for 40 minutes and ended up right back at the ice rink twice. I think the mall moves when you're not looking. I think it rearranges itself to trap foreigners. I asked a guard, "Hi, how do I get out?" He smiled and said, "Ma'am, just go straight." I went straight, somehow ended up inside a furniture store. I don't even know how. I just walked and suddenly I was sitting on a couch. I asked another guard, "Hi, how do I leave?" He pointed, "Just turn left, ma'am." I turned left and ended up in a pet grooming salon. I don't own a pet. I don't know how that happened. Finally, I asked a third guard. He looked at me with sympathy, like he had seen this 1,000 times. He said, "Ma'am, Sampo Keo Galing?" I didn't know how to answer that. Where am I from? "Sir, I'm from America. But right now, I am from this mall. This mall raised me. This mall taught me pain." He tried a different question. "Ma'am, San Neo po Gastong Pimenta?" "Outside," I said with desperation. "Anywhere outside." He nodded with the seriousness of a man who knew the way. He pointed toward a corridor so small it looked like a mistake in the architecture. "Ma'am, Dunpo?" I followed his instructions. I walked through the mysterious hallway that looked like it led to a cleaning closet. And suddenly, sunlight hit my face. I had made it out. I was free. I breathed real outside air again. I checked the time. I had been inside for 6 hours. I wasn't even shopping. I was just trying to survive. As I stood outside, sweating again under the Manila sun, I looked at the giant SM sign towering above me, like a god of retail and chaos. And suddenly everything clicked in my mind. Filipinos don't go to the mall to shop. They go to the mall like Americans go to national parks. The mall is a refuge. A meeting place, a playground, a lifestyle, a universe. A climate-controlled utopia where you can forget the traffic, the heat, and your responsibilities. Honestly, I respect it. Because even if I got lost, even if I almost had to file a missing person report, even if I walked 20,000 steps trying to find the exit, I had fun, real fun, Filipino mall fun. The kind of fun where you don't even realize how much time has passed because every turn is an adventure. I now understand why Filipinos say, "Let's go to the mall," with the same energy Americans say, "Let's go on a trip." The mall is the trip. And next time I'm bringing a map, a compass, my passport, and maybe a tent in case I need to camp out by the ice rink. Because Filipino malls, they are not buildings. They are journeys. And the first, a simple American woman, have survived the great and powerful city of SM. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what is the craziest thing you've seen in a Filipino mall. And don't forget to like and subscribe.